Hello and welcome to Maths with Jacob. This lesson will focus on Tricky Maths Part 34. Sally sat for 3 music tests and averaged 65 marks for each test. Later in the term she sat for 2 more tests and averaged 80 marks for those 2 tests. What was her overall average for the 5 tests? So if you'd like to solve this yourself, you're invited to pause the video now. What I will do is go on to the next video and we will discuss the solution. So here is your chance to pause the video before I move on to the next slide. The total marks for the first 3 tests were 3 times 65, because the average for each test was 65. So if you multiply those two together, that gives you 195 marks. So that was the total for the first 3 tests. The total marks for the next 2 tests were 2 times 80, because she averaged 80 for each test, and that gives you 160 marks. So we'll move on. So the total marks for the 5 tests were 195 plus 160. When you add those two together, you get 355 marks. That's the total for the 5 tests. So the average then for the 5 tests, 355 divided by 5. So if we work out that division sum, that gives us 71 marks, and that was the average. That was a very straightforward sum about averages. It can be a little bit tricky if you don't think about it, and I'm pretty confident you probably got that one out. So I hope you enjoyed it, and we'll have plenty more tricky maths in the following weeks and months.